Morning, everybody. Troy and Baby Cat. She can't speak for herself, so I had to say Baby Cat from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. She sits by my lap, or on my lap. I just pulled the computer off my lap, otherwise she'd be on my lap. During the winter days, she spends a lot of time on my lap, so you don't see her much in the video. So a lot of people have been asking about her. She used to be a big star here at the homestead, but recently she's usually on my lap when I am working or when I'm sitting down. Doesn't take long to sit down and she's there. But today I caught her next to me so I can show you her with me, because it's hard for me to show you her on my lap when I have to get up and set up the camera. Anyway, I want to explain a few things and clarify some things. One, people are asking about my nose. And here's the boxer. This is a guy that messed up my nose. He is a little teddy bear, a cuddly little teddy bear with claws. Right, Felix? He is harmless as a teddy bear. I would say he wouldn't hurt a fly, but he would. If you're a fly, watch out. The problem is, Felix is terrified of the outdoors. And the only time he's ever been outdoors, because he doesn't want to go outdoors, he hates the outdoors, he's terrified of it. The only time he's ever been outside is to go to the doctor twice. So he's not happy with the outdoors. And I came in the other day and picked him up wearing my winter coat and my snow pants, and he panicked and ripped not only my nose but my neck, and caught me on the eyelid and a couple spots all around here and on my legs. Pretty much shredded me up to hamburger meat in a panic. But the cool thing is, when I yelled in pain, he froze. And he just went limp. Which shows he is a caring cat. He really did notice. And I'll show you my nose. It's not broke. No, it's not broke. It's just ripped up from a cat claws. See that? Cat claws. Melanie didn't punch me. No. Nobody caught me out in the forest. Although I did chase somebody out the other day. They were in my blind spot out here. And we chased them through the woods. But anyway, nope, never got in a fight with anybody, and nobody hit me, and Melanie wasn't mad at me, just a cat, Felix the cat. And the cool thing is, he really felt bad. It's amazing how he felt so bad the whole day after that. You can really tell that he cared, and he knew what happened. I wasn't mad at him. I did not hold him responsible. I gave him a lot of loving. It took a day and a half to get him. He was more traumatized than I was. It took a day and a half to get him over the trauma. And even Baby Cat came running because it hurt. I mean, it hurt pretty bad, and I was yelling, and blood was, it was just streaming. It took an hour. What was it, Melanie? Over an hour to stop the bleeding?
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. It took over an hour to stop the bleeding. I had a flap of skin peeled open, so it was pretty brutal. But anyway. Even Baby Cat was worried about me. The two cats were, they showed concern, which is really neat to see. Anyway, that's the mystery of the broken and bloodied nose cleared up, hopefully for all. The trolls are still going to say what the trolls are going to say. Let them have their happy time, and that'll keep them busy for a while. Winter is here, and with winter we have snow. And every year I get snowed in for a period of a day or two, sometimes longer. And recently we had 8 inches of snow. Now, I thought I showed it. I'm not sure if I showed it by the car and the truck or not. But it's a fact. We got snow, and we have a quarter mile through unpaved, rough meadow. There's bumps, and there's hills, and there's dirt, and there's rocks, and there's tree leaves. It's a meadow. It's actually 2 meadows I have to drive through the forest to get to our house. A quarter mile of rough terrain, and I have a 2-wheel drive truck. Now, in my experience, 2-wheel drive pickup trucks are not any good on snow and ice. And so, cars are really not good. There was a layer of ice underneath, and then 8 inches of snow on top of that. And I don't know of any vehicle that can drive through untamed forest land. It's not plowed, it's not even, it's not leveled out, it's just pitted, rough, and it's meadow. It's untouched, unused land. And I don't know of any vehicle, two-wheel drive, that has such low clearance. The truck has been lowered. It is a show truck, not a off-road truck. It has been lowered, and the car is naturally low. I think it would have been stupid of me to try to drive in that condition because the land slopes on a sideways slope, and I would be trying to drive on a sideways slope, and what happens is I slide sideways and just get buried off into the bushes. I know this from experience because I've done it a couple years in a row, and ended up buying a tow rope and having somebody tow me out. So 8 inches of snow through a quarter mile of untamed land, to me, snowed in. If that bugs you, then I can't help you with that. That's, not my problem. If you think that you can do better, that's good for you. I came from Michigan, and we played in the snow. We got out cars and we played in the snow. But that was in our younger years, and I used to go get drunk and drive and go out in the lake and drive on the ice until the car broke through, and it was like carefree days. But I'm not that person anymore. My car is a tool that I need. I mentioned that the truck needs tires, and then I was told that I neglect all my vehicles. I have neglected all my vehicles. Well, I don't know about you guys, but in my experience, tires wear out, and it's time to change the truck tires. It's a fact of life. Brakes wear out, tires wear out, things wear out, and it's time to change the truck tires. Well, it is what it is. I guess if I've neglected my vehicle because the tires wore out, then every one of you have been neglecting your vehicle every time you drive it because you're wearing out your tires. That's just a fact. It's time to change the tires in the truck. I have been looking everywhere for used tires, and I'm sorry I don't know the size right now. I'm going to have to go out and look, but somebody asked me what size they are, and there are a lot of helpful people trying to help me find some, but I haven't found any used tires in, I'd say, about 15, 20 different shops I've been actually physically at looking. Tire stores, mechanics, backyard places. They're telling me that the tires for this vehicle have been discontinued, this size tire, have been discontinued, and therefore the used tires are as good as non-existent, because I'm not finding any. So it leaves new tires. Now, the car has all new tires, and I did that over a period of, I think, 6 months period last year, throughout the winter months, when I had more income in the winter months. My car, I put on the 2 front tires new, and then I replaced the back tires and swapped the front tires for the back because then they were newer. I think that was it. No, front tires were all newer. Anyway, whatever. Car has all new tires, and those tires cost me, the cheapest I could find was $145 or $147 a piece, plus tax, plus mountain balance, plus disposal fee of the old tires. So it was all total was $300, $600, plus the mountain balance and disposal fee comes out to about $50 a tire. You don't believe me? I don't care. It is here. That's how it is in town. That's the price. Comes out to about $800 or so, give or take, with tax. So I rounded it up, said $1,000 in tires. Sorry, my bad. It's not $1,000. It's roughly about $800. My bad. I said 1,000. Wrong. I should never babble while I'm walking with a camera looking at the dirt. It was whatever. It is what it is. I rounded off. I threw out a number out there, but I wasn't thinking specifically about numbers at the time. So anyway, I'm not asking for help. I'm not asking for tires. I am not worried at all about it. Truck is parked for the winter anyway. The truck is a beautiful show truck, and I'm going to keep it that way. It is the nicest truck I've ever owned. I love it. Melanie loves it, and we're going to take care of it. We are not driving it in the winter slop. And yes, the truck is an absolute hockey puck. In the yard, flat ground, I put it in gear, and it just goes bzzz and goes sideways and spins in a circle. It's pretty funny, actually. I should do a video of it. Put it in gear, try to start the truck, and move it, and it just goes and spins in a circle. And anyway, it's a hockey puck. And so it's not going to be a winter vehicle. those of you who think you have a truck, you can get through anything with a truck. I don't think you realize that a two-wheel drive truck is not a four-wheel drive truck, and a lowered show truck is not a four-wheel drive work truck. Thing has no ground clearance, and it is not meant to be going through the snow, and it's not gonna. The car is a tank. We shoveled the snow out, and we got ourselves out, and the car plowed through like a tank. The car handles like a tank. It feels like a tank, and it drives like a tank. It's unstoppable. I love it. Melanie loves the car. Melanie, do you love the car?
Yes.
Yes?
Yep.
Melanie says yes. She loves the car. More than the truck, actually, because it's comfortable and it's solid. It's got all new, brand new brakes all the way around. I did them last year on video. You guys know that. And it's got all new tires all the way around. I think I mentioned that last year as I did it. I didn't show you, but, you know, I did it. It's a tank. And that's our winter vehicle. And it's comfy, cozy, and solid, and rugged. So that's what we're driving. I think that's enough on vehicles. If you still have problems, complaints, or whatever, I can't help you with that. It is what it is. I'm just stating facts. I'm not whining, complaining, or begging. It's just the way it is. This is me telling you about our life on the homestead and our daily ongoing things. Greenhouse. I got my comments over here just in case I forget something, because there is a hornet's nest of comments out there right now. People are like, it's crazy out there. So much for holiday cheer. But I stirred up a hornet's nest recently. I'll tell you what, when I said I was snowed in, people went wild. You think you can do better? Come on out here, bring your car, and let's play. That would be fun, actually. Come on over. I'll make the coffee. Greenhouse. A lot of people think that the greenhouse is a waste of money, time, and resources. I don't. I think the greenhouse is a great project for the winter. Great learning experience. The plants are alive, and the plants actually cost, the potted plants and the herbs cost about $5 to $6 a piece. Somebody said, why waste all that time and money on $5 worth of plants? Well, because it's a lot more than that, and Melanie is cooking with herbs. Melanie, you're using the herbs out of the greenhouse, right?
Yep.
Do you like it?
Yes.
Yep, it's great. It's really neat to have our own. Sorry, I'm talking really funny and fast because I'm having my second cup of coffee. So if it sounds like I'm sounding really weird, yep, caffeine, I love it. Melanie's just smiling at me over in the kitchen. Anyway, so greenhouse. We are using the herbs out of the greenhouse, saving us money. You go to the grocery store and you want to buy fresh herbs, it's going to cost you a few dollars each time you cook a meal. And we don't pay. We don't pay a cent for herbs. They're out there in the greenhouse. We had herbs growing out here in the garden, and we potted them, we put them in the greenhouse, and they're alive, we're using them. Hey, it's great. So we are already saving money. The peas. Melanie harvested peas. Actually, she harvested chili peppers in December. We had chili peppers. That's pretty cool. They died, but I now see that I can extend the growing season from end of September, beginning of October, when they normally die, through October, November, and part of December. That's great. I can extend the growing season on chilies. Maybe next year I'll have a better, more stable heating system and more stable insulation and blankets and all that. Maybe I can grow chilies all year, but I love my chili peppers. And I'm so happy that we had more growing even up to December. So for me, that's a huge success. You might not care. You might think this is all a waste of time and go to the grocery store and do what you want. Good for you. I love my chili peppers, and I love growing our own herbs here at the house. And it doesn't cost anything. So, bonus. The wood stove doesn't cost a thing to burn. Tree branches are falling down everywhere every day. Doesn't hurt a thing to pick them up. We have to pick them up anyway when they fall down in our way. So we cut them up and burn them in that wood stove. Many people burn brush piles just to get rid of it. We burn brush piles in the little tiny wood stove. And that's what it takes. It takes brush. It takes twigs and branches, no more than 2 inches round and 8 inches long. So I call that recycling at its finest. We clean up the yard, we burn the waste, and we have heat. which provides warmth for our plants. The greenhouse is, one, holding our batteries. So yes, it's somewhat of a storage, but it keeps the batteries from freezing. All the excess batteries that we have and batteries from the vehicles we took out and put in the greenhouse so they don't freeze. And because I have solar power out there, I can charge them every once in a while. It's the best place to keep the batteries from harm throughout the long winter. So all of our vehicle batteries are out there. Some of my old solar batteries are out there. And my original RV, the motorhome batteries, are out there. And hopefully I will get them restored one day. I haven't given up on those golf cart batteries. So, also, we have solar power out there, we have light, we have heat, and that's where I do my coffee coasters. I love it. It's a nice warm place. By the way, these are going up for sale now. I hope you see them. It's shiny. We finished them, and they're beautiful, and we're going to be photographing them and putting them up on sale. Some beautiful artwork on some of these. Very, very beautiful. And I'll show you all of them on the internet later. And then we got some hardwood. Now we're going to do some wood burning on some of these, but some I wanted to leave plain. I just think the wood grain is really pretty. I just love the look of them. You might not, that's fine, but I love it. And some people like it. So anyway, it's a warm place because the wood stove is going out there and it keeps it dry. So the dryness of the air with the wood stove going, wood stove dries the air, and high humidity means the varnish doesn't cure. So that's a perfect place to work on the varnish of the finishing the products. So that's another bonus of the greenhouse. It's a warm, dry place that I can work. Oh, and it's got less dust. You wouldn't believe how dusty the forest is. It is crazy dirty out there at night. You hold up a flashlight in the night and you just see thick, thick dust. Looks like somebody popped a flour bag in the house. It's just thick dust out here in the woods. The house isn't much better because we always have... What are you making? Sucking your fingers. Must be good. Cheesecake. Cheesecake. Ooh, nice. So, lost my thought. Cheesecake. Lost my thought. Dust. The house is generally very dusty because we always have the windows open, even in winter, because it's hot in here with the wood stove going. I think. Melanie tends to disagree, but she's from a very hot place. So the greenhouse has relatively clean air, and it's warm, so that's a great place to do my finishing of the wood. What else? Growing food, experimentation, aquaponics, and just figuring things out. Once we know what grows, what dies, what temperature we can maintain, this year is a learning experience, and next year we're going to really grow some food. We got the gardens done this year and established. Next year it's going to be just plant and eat, because this year I did the ground base of, laid the groundwork, got the garden tilled, got all the rows established, got fertilizer in there. We covered it with leaves after the die-off. Got mulch on the pathways, which are going to leach nutrients into the rows from all sides throughout the whole winter. So that garden is going to be great. We've got 3 massive 4 foot by 4 foot cube compost bins, which were heaped up over the top, and now they're just slowly breaking down. So that's becoming super fine fertilizer for the garden for next year. So I think the garden's going to be awesome. I mean, it's ready to go now this time. We're not going to till. We're just going to maybe lightly loosen up the topsoil with a hoe or something and plant. The greenhouse is going to extend our growing season. Instead of buying plants, which yes we did, we bought seedlings. I know the horror of it. We spent money on seedlings, but we wanted to eat. And it's cheaper than the grocery store. I'll tell you what, $2 for a tomato plant is so much better than $4 a pound. Yes, $4 a pound at the grocery store. Get them on sale for maybe $1.99, $3.50. Average is $4 a pound. But you get them on sale sometimes. But I'm talking here at our local grocery store. There are some cheaper places, but you got to drive 45 minutes. And depending on what you're buying, it's really not worth the drive just to go get a pack of tomatoes or something. So depending on what you're doing. We go to Aldi for our big grocery shopping. Melanie loves Aldi. I think after Walmart, it's Aldi. And so you go to here to our local grocery store, and you grab 3 bags for $80, right? You go to Aldi, and for $80, you're rolling out a shopping cart, and you need to have a truck to take it with you. So, big difference in price. But we only go there every once in a while. Usually payday, we do our big bulk shopping, and then we do our little shopping locally throughout the rest of the month. Is there anything I missed, Melanie?
Huh?
Any cares, concerns, problems, issues?
No.
Do you feel bad about breaking my nose?
Yes.
Yes, you feel bad about breaking my nose.
Oh, no.
No, you don't feel bad about breaking my nose. Nope, she doesn't. Anyway, baby cat thinks I'm insane. She's looking at me. So I'm going to get this video up to you. We aren't doing anything special for the holidays. We may have...
We have cheesecake.
We have cheesecake. We're going to give Chris some gifts that he got from people. My parents sent some things for him, so we're going to give it to him. We may do that on video, I'm not sure. But I think, especially like we got a Christmas card somebody sent us for Chris. I think the least we could do is do that on camera. But he's been really sick, so we haven't had him around very much recently. And that leads me to another thing I got to cover. That's right, the animals. Yeah, we haven't had Chris around much recently because he's been ill. He just got, when he gets sick, it just drags on. You know, it is how it is. So he's aware of your concerns and your prayers. So we want to thank you for him. So hopefully we'll get to see him and give him his stuff and do a little video with him together. Hopefully. So we'll see how that goes. The animals are alive. The animals are alive. It's just, right now, it's not my priority of showing you the animals on video. And there are certain people who have theorized that we either lost, sold, traded, or they were taken away from us, the animals. So I like to give them enough rope to hang themselves, and they form their theories and their stories and their wild fantasies, and then they tell everybody, and everybody starts to believe it, and then I show the animals, and they're like, oh, we feel dumb, but they don't ever admit it. They just come up with new ideas and fantasies. So I'll show the animals when I'm ready. It's just right now I'm working on greenhouse, vehicles, snow, house, wood, firewood, products. By the way, our income is half, so we need to make money. YouTube is only half of my income now, so we need to extend it. So I will continue as I always have on YouTube, and I will continue doing everything we always did as normal. But on top of that, we have to extend our income and start working on the pallet products, so I do a lot of that during the day too. So it's taking a lot of time. Therefore, I don't have a lot of time to run out and show you the happy birds flopping around and how they deal with the snow. Birds don't have a problem. They fly up, they make a path, they tromp the snow down, and they're fine. But and the goats are fine. Some people heard them the other day. They're crying because they miss Chris. They really, really love Chris. They're all over him when he goes out there. They really love Chris. They nibble on his hands, and he lets them suck on his arms for the salt or whatever. They love him, and when he's not there, they cry. That's just how it is. They're not missing anything but Chris. They have food, they have water, they have really nice shelter, and they have a raised bed, just like the plants do. So they're doing pretty good. And other than that, yeah, I'll do an update pretty soon out here. Today's a yucky rainy day, and the goats wouldn't even come up to say hi if you wanted to on a rainy day. They stay inside. For that matter, I think the birds are probably, if they're smart, in their shelters today. The shelters are big enough for all the birds. They do go in at night, and when you go out there after dark, you don't see a thing. They're all in, safe and happy. We did, though, throughout the period of time, lose 3 turkeys. I forgot to mention that. I'm sorry. Turkeys are weak. It was an experiment. I thought they were really cool and cute, but they're weak. They just die. Like, one day they're running around happy and following you around the yard, and the next day one's dead. I don't get it. And this happened, like, before the winter. So, nothing ate them, nothing killed them, nothing harmed them. They were well fed. You saw them following me around. They were so cute. But turkeys are really hard to raise. I don't know. They're sensitive, I guess. I heard they're dumb and they'll drown in a rainstorm too, but I don't believe that. That never happened here. But yeah, we lost 3 turkeys out of 4, just to whatever, just spontaneous death. And it was before the cold, so I don't know what happened. Nothing to predators, it wasn't predators. Just, so we're not going to have turkeys again. It doesn't make sense. They eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, and then they die before you can eat them. That just doesn't work. I think they died off because they knew we wanted to eat them, and well, that's how it is. No turkeys. So we have one, and it's doing well, and it thinks it's a chicken, except that it towers over the chickens and steps on them. But other than that, it's doing alright. I'm trying to decide if we want to eat it or not before it dies, but I love it so much. They're cute. Anyway, I think that wraps it up. Melanie, is there anything I missed? Nope. Anything you want to add?
No.
Want to show your happy face? Nope, she's stirring her cheesecake. Alright guys, I think that covers everything. I'm going to get this up to you. Hope you guys all enjoy the holidays. For us, this is pretty much it. We are quite a long ways from home, but we will stay in touch with family. We have been invited over for a church dinner. Actually, we've been invited over for 2 dinners tomorrow, so we have to decide which way to go. But we will have some social life and a good time. I'm watching Felix play with his favorite mouse. Anyway, stay safe.
And give love to everybody.
And give love to everybody, Melanie says. Talk to you guys later.